Hey, what's up? Welcome back to another edition of the Mandatory Live. Remember, if you like the content, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button because it helps the channel grow. Also, follow us on our social media channels. We're at the Mandatory TKO. And if you have a couple of minutes and you also want to listen to this on the audio side, you can find us there too. You can always leave us a rate and review, give us a 5-star because that helps the channel grow as well. And we want to give a big shout out to everyone that is already joining us and will join us later. Remember to leave comments. It's an interactive show. There's one person, though, that I actually think should fight Jake Paul. And I think this person could whoop Jake Paul's ass. Claressa Shields, baby. Because it brings us to our next topic.
I was getting ready to ask you something.
Because Claressa Shields is not afraid to get in the ring with anybody. She spars with men. We've known this. And listen, she made history. She's 4-time undisputed world champion. She did it at heavyweight, and she took care of Danielle Perkins. Nasty knockdown too in that fight
Last
that
round.
Claressa Shields had, and then listen, we're going to talk about post-fight Claressa Shields celebrations. But Bryan, I mean, she made history again. Do you think we're appreciating Claressa Shields enough for what she's done?
Probably not. I think some people would say, hey, she should have a better resume. But I mean, when you're in that, heavyweight now, so it makes it more challenging. But junior middleweight, super middleweight, like it's tough to find like great matchups there. Claressa Shields, this is an article from a few days ago in Forbes where she says she does have enough firepower to beat Jake Paul in a boxing match. Just because you brought this up, I'm actually going to entertain this. She said to Adam Pac-Man Jones, who I think has a podcast, how the fuck is he going to knock me out if he can't land no punch? He's an amateur. Claressa Shields said of Jake Paul.
Listen, man, Pac-Man Jones would do like the most ridiculous stuff on the football field, like just choke dudes and
Off
like
of
shake
it
them up.
too.
Yeah, you know what I mean. In a boxing fight, I gotta roll with Claressa Shields.
Claressa Shields. This is because you could just see her saying that. I spar against men 24/7, and the men I spar against will whoop Jake Paul's ass. That's probably true. So there ain't no doubt in my mind that I would do that to an amateur. I mean, she ain't wrong. Like
she's been sparring with dudes her whole life, dude. Like ever since she was a kid, she's been sparring with dudes.
Yeah, because she. When you're that good, you'll spar whoever. And obviously, a lot of boxing gyms will probably be male dominated. So, like, she's not going to run from that. You know what I mean? Like,
no, she wants the smoke. Like, she believes she could be any dude out there. I will say
she wanted to fight Keith Thurman.
Yeah, I know. And like, people were getting on Keith for saying "I'll fight her." Like, he was getting killed. He was getting killed on social. Yeah. I will say
and then
one
he got
thing,
hurt
though,
after he fucking tweeted that.
and we haven't seen him since.
He's gonna fight soon. He's got to fight soon coming up in Australia. Hopefully, he makes it to it.
Let's see what happens to one time. I will say one thing, though. Like, everyone talks about Claressa Shields' resume, like Bryan mentioned. And when you take a look at her weight class, there's no names that really pop out, but she cleaned out that weight class. Also, I feel like, and I'm going to make a comparison to football, when a team's playing really well and like maybe they're 7-0 in the NFL, and then they're like, well, look who they played. They haven't beaten anybody. You can't get mad at the schedule, people. They can only play who they play.
I think it's same different thing in boxing, though.
Yeah, but but you can only fight the people in your division.
I think here's the thing: to people who say Claressa Shields has beat nobody, I mean, is there someone she's ducked? Like, actually, like that's sort of that would be my question. It's like, is there somebody she's like flatly avoided? Like she came around well after Layla Ali. It's not like they could actually fight, even though like they keep talking shit to each other. There's more Claressa Shields quotes. Somebody answer that question for me. And we're gonna read a couple others, but she says, "This is how I box with you." This is more from Claressa Shields in this article. "This is how I box with you. I don't go in the ring trying to use my strength and see who's stronger, who's powerful. I'm going in there and will systematically break you down." That's true. And then I could start putting my power shots on you, Shields told Pac-Man Jones in an Instagram clip. But Jake Paul, stop acting like he's a real boxer. Let's go to some comments. TJ says, shout out to Shields. Jalen also called it the GWOAT. which, I mean, that is her nickname. Aryan doesn't agree with you guys. Claressa, another hype job, winning titles in Baron divisions. I mean, who do you want her to fight? She's beaten the people that she has to beat, like Savannah Marshall. You can go back to freaking Franchon Cruz, DAZN, who became like championship level, basically.
They're legit names too.
You were on mute. I unmuted you, and then you stopped
Okay,
talking.
thank you.
That's how that one went.
No, okay. I've been up since 5 a.m., you guys. I will say, though, that she can only fight who's in her division, and those are some good names. Like, it's not like she hasn't fought nobody.
Hannah Gabriels, Christina Hammer, who was 24-0 at that point. Like, you just kind of go through it, and it's like, yeah, there are some wins that, like, you're like, who is this person, or whatever the case may be, but is there somebody that she's ducked that I'm unaware of? Because it doesn't appear like that's the case. There are people who I've wanted to see her fight, and I think she knows that. Like, there are people that she wants to fight, but like, what is Amanda Serrano going to do? Gain 30 pounds? Like,
She said she'll meet her at 140.
well, 147, I think she said.
Oh yeah,
Which
147.
Amanda Serrano
Never fought at 147.
Yeah, 140 is a stretch for her.
Yeah, that's true. Like, her best weight class, most natural, is 126.
Yeah,
but that's another thing and we talked about this on a prior episode, guys, and it was kind of on my wish list for 2025 because Claressa Shields was like, "Yo, I'll fight you at 147," and Amanda Serrano, Claressa Shields. I think that's a crazy fight to make. That at one point we were thinking Bud and Canelo was never going to happen. This is a fight that it would be crazy. It would be just as big as Canelo and Bud. And another thing is, I think I think Amanda would be open to taking any fight because she's not scared. I don't think that would be the smartest thing for her to do. But I also think Alicia Baumgartner and Shields would be interesting. And I think Alicia is crazy enough to do it.
I mean, well, there's a joke in there that I could very easily make about how she can gain the weight to potentially fight Claressa Shields, but I'm not going to do that.
I got you.
Like
Muscle mass.
If you look at hey, she's the one that got popped and suspended apparently, and nothing happened. So we still again, I say this every time it comes up, we still don't have clarity on what actually happened with that steroid test.
I think that's the worst part, though, about the whole Alicia Baumgartner thing is that we can't really, like, she got caught and we haven't heard an explanation. So that's going to be carried around her for an extremely long time.
I don't think people care as much as they probably should.
Well, according to our channel, they do. Like, there's a video that Bryan made when we were doing like verticals and stories and stuff like that.
Over a year. It's like a year, almost 2 years ago.
And this is when Alicia Baumgartner was on the rise before she got popped for PEDs. And the comments are like this, you guys. She's super hot. And then it's like, no, that's always one of the comments, like, gorgeous, she's super hot. That's one of the comments that are very high. And then another one's like, she got caught for PEDs. She's not, like, you know, she's
by the way, both things can be true.
Yes, and they are. So the first one's talking about how she's extremely hot, and all the guys are like messaging on it. And then the second one's about how she got popped for PEDs. And then the third one's about her now not being as good as Claressa Shields. Because, you know, Claressa's more right now in the news. She just made history. But those are the top 3 comments on this video, you guys, if you want to go check it out. And that's what I've taken away from it. So I think that's how people feel about Alicia Baumgartner, at least on from what I've seen. Some people are like not giving her any credit after she got popped for PEDs.
We got a comment about Lauren Price potentially, like, if she moves up to 154, maybe she could fight Claressa Shields. Is Lauren Price even going to beat Natasha Jonas though? That's not a gimme.
I don't think she is. I don't know why I like Natasha Jonas, dude.
Me too. Like, I don't know why we're talking about. I think the winner, if you want to say the winner of that fight can go ahead 154 and face Claressa Shields, sure. Although it seems like Natasha Jonas might be nearing retirement, so I don't know how. I mean, one last big payday on the way out if she does beat Lauren Price, but I don't think that's a gimme for Lauren Price at all. At all. I like Natasha Jonas. So, and if you're looking at like the top pound for pound list, like if you want to use the box rank, which their ranking system is kind of weird. I always point this out when we talk about it, but I mean, would you rather use Box Rec or Ring Magazine at this point? Or, you know, I don't know, enter website here. We got to do our own pound for pound list again. We got to update that. But if you look at the pound for pound list, like You have bantamweight, you have super lightweights in Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. You have Gabriela Fundora, you have Yokasta Valle, you have Chantel Cameron. You have nobody close to like 160 or whatever the case may be. Claressa Shields is listed here at heavyweight, obviously, and then Natasha Jonas at 12 as a welterweight. Michaela Mayer is a welterweight, and she used to be a lightweight, a super featherweight, as a matter of fact. And Lauren Price is around here somewhere, Sandy Ryan. So it's like you're not really going generally beyond welterweight. It takes a while until you can get there. And, it's just Cecilia Brækhus at super welterweight. I mean, okay, I would like to see Claressa Shields fight her. Hasn't happened. So.
It's really interesting. That's my dream fight, though. I want Amanda Serrano and Claressa Shields. And if I don't get that, I want Alicia Baumgardner and Claressa Shields. I don't think Claressa has anything to prove. Like, I don't think she has to fight Lauren Price, because I think people are still going to say who's on her resume. Like, let's be serious here. People are always going to knock it. I don't think she has anything else to prove, Bryan, and that's my opinion. Drop some comments below, guys. Let us know what you think about Claressa Shields' resume. To me, she is the GOAT. And I don't even think we're realizing how great she is right now. Like, I don't think we're appreciating her in her own time. We can give her as many props as we want, but I don't think it would be enough. I think we're actually going to see the impact that Claressa has made, that Amanda has made, like 30 years down the line, and been like, whoa, like we were witnessing greatness. Like, I don't think she's getting enough credit, because I still don't think that she's transcended. Well, she has the movie out and stuff right now, right? But I still think
she's famous. She's legit famous.
But I feel like more people should know about her. Because like I mean, like if you watch sports, you know about her. But like I'm just thinking about like all my girlfriends that don't know about her. Well, and I'm like, how do you not know who Claressa Shields is?
You know what it is? I know at least of a few people that know her, but like they've never seen her fight, really. You know what I mean? Like she just pops up in the news every now and then for something she says. And look, when you have a fight on a Sunday night, the same night as the Grammys, that doesn't help. You're fighting Danielle Perkins while Kendrick Lamar is sweeping every category for Not Like Us. Like, yeah, people are gonna. I'm probably one of the only people that had the Grammys on, and also just to see if Kendrick was gonna get all the awards he deserved. And then I had like on my laptop the Claressa Shields fight, so I was double duty at the same time. You know what I mean? While editing. That's another story for another day. But like, I'm probably one of the only people that like saw both. So I don't know. I think I want to see her have a big fight. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know who's that going to be against. And I think Danielle Perkins is like pretty legit, but I mean, she's not. First, she wasn't going to get credit for that one, and I get it, because you look at Danielle Perkins, you're like, this person's north of 40, and they started boxing not that long ago, and they only had a few professional fights, and it's like, all right, yeah, but Claressa Shields is also really, really good, and you just find yourself like in a tailspin trying to figure out what's going on. Okay. Let's wrap with some comments.
No, we're going to wrap with one more thing, because this one leads into our last topic of discussion here.
We have another topic?
Claressa Shields versus Remy Ma. Don't bring the metal detector, you guys. So this is a kind of mandatory gossip that we're going to get into, because after Claressa Shields won her fight with Danielle Perkins, she was first off, she showed up to her weigh-in with Papoose.
I forgot about this.
Right? Claressa Shields, her hair was done, showed up with Papoose walking behind her and all that. And then after, they were at the Pistons game last night, and Papoose was beside her. And like Remy Ma is probably sick right now. Let's be serious. Like, she is sick right now. They're all over.
Be careful.
Why? She gonna pull out the blick? I'm just saying.
Just keep going. Just please continue.
I'm just saying that they're outside. Papoose and Claressa Shields are no longer hiding their relationship. Papoose and Remy Ma haven't officially gotten divorced. But Bryan, if I'm Remy Ma, and like I would be sick, and I'm just saying this like, because after a breakup, you want to level up, right? You don't want to like downgrade, right? So have you seen the dude that Remy Ma had cheated on Pap with?
Yes.
That was not an upgrade. That's not an upgrade from Pap. But if you're Pap and you went from Remy Ma, who's like, legit rapper, like Remy, she's got bars. to Claressa Shields, the greatest woman of all time. I'm sick. I'm sitting in my room in the dark. I'm crying. I'm probably eating McDonald's. Like, I'm not going anywhere. Like,
Really?
I would be sick.
I get what you're saying.
I would be sick if I was Remy Ma and I saw my future ex-husband with the greatest woman of all time sitting courtside at the Detroit Pistons game after she just made history.
Pistons aren't bad this year. They might make the playoffs.
I like Kate Cunningham a lot, and I feel like they've made moves. Like, they have a vet like Tobias Harris.
Look at how quick you just get into like just Pistons talk. I just said they might make the playoffs this year, and you're gonna give me like, yo, Jalen
Duren's legit
right lately.
And I bet the over every time it's like 8.5 rebounds for Jalen Duren.
Yeah, his defense is not always consistent, but that's another story for another day.
But anyway, Sir Thompson came back from injury, and he's looking pretty good on defense. Like, they have a team out there in Detroit, y'all.
Maybe they should trade for Jimmy Butler.
That's not bad. But they wouldn't. I don't think they do it. But no, that would actually be sick. He fits like the Detroit Pistons old school mentality. Like, he fits the team that made the run in 05. He fits the bad boy style.
Very off topic now. All I'm gonna say is the money works out with Tobias Harris, Tim Hardaway, and you need another $8 million, which you can find $8 or $9 million. Anyway, but yes, Kate Cunningham is awesome, and I'm glad he's an all-star. And happy for Claressa Shields and Papoose. You know, that they're not doing this in silence. Papoose, listen, I've met Papoose at a couple fights because he's a legit, like, big boxing fan, and he seems cool. And I was listening to Papoose in 2003 when Hail Mary dropped freestyle, when like he was coming out with all these mixtapes and freestyles and shit like that. Like, I go back to my damn near childhood with Papoose, listening to him on like different like tapes and shit. You know what I mean? Fuck, he had a song in Madden 06.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
and you know what? Okay, so
alphabetical slaughter. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Hey, Jesus says Shields is too good for Pap. Pap is a great guy, Jesus. You should have seen him on Love and Hip Hop. He waited for Remy for like years while she was locked up, and he was like such a good husband and boyfriend. Like, I saw this all on reality TV, you guys. By the way, if you want more mandatory gossip, I am trying to have Bryan have us do a segment on this, only if it's boxing related. Let us know if you enjoy it. Yeah. But